Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The Steelers will need to be on top of their game if they want to come away with win number 9 on the season. It's the Chiefs going up against the Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Three yards to go here on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. It's Cobb. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Come on, let's go. What?
The Wildcat to Johnson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The offensive line and its ability to open holes in this defensive front, something they were confident they could create in this game. Got the job done there, picked up the first.
And something they wanted to do. Have we ever met offensive linemen that don't want to fire out and hit people? I mean, they love the running game. Guys want to do that. And when you emphasize it, practice it, and work on it, that gives you an opportunity during the game.
And that's complete to Jesse James. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Third and long. It's Newton. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when an offense is doing a nice job selling the play-action pass, a lot of responsibility shifts to the linebackers. They're the ones that have to determine run or pass and get to the proper places on the field.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw. To throw on 2nd down is Newton.
Looking deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
From the gun on third down, Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the 50, Newton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Again, Newton. Dumping it off for Johnson. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And that one makes it 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And Hill with it over the middle. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's got time. Still back there. And some room to roam now. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. hand it off now. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. They'll try the air now with Newton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Here we go. What?
They'll let their receiver run it out of the Wildcat. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Second down following the run.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. Now let's go. Blue landed.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. Again, it's Johnson. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A good pickup there at 22.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
In motion, James, the tight end. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Little motion now from the tight end. On second down, Johnson. He'll get about 4 here. Down to the 43-yard line. A couple of Chiefs there to bring him down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center and the guard on either side? Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
Let's go! 3-19! Leopard! Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Let's go! Blue, here we go! Over! Green, 39! Green, gun! Back there, not Philly, here we go!
On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Even though it fell incomplete, you see the value of a mobile quarterback. Great pass rush, but he was able to get away and still try to make something happen.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
The tight end, Olsen, in motion. In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. They complete it to Hill. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll set up to throw, and Hill with it over the middle. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The offense lining up 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And to give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Barney, shoot. Leopard, Leopard.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To throw on second down is Newton. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So the D-line's going to spread out. Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And a great spot to start this drive from here. Shift together here from the D-line. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on 1st down. They did that, +3.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan And Shazier in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Cairo Santos now for the Chiefs field goal. This from 44 yards away. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 1st down, Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Try and start this drive in the air. He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Now the point after try for Santos. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And some space here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They're going to hurry back to the line now. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They go to Johnson again. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And now they're in the hurry-up.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back to throw, Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He juked him. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Call it a pickup of 7. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Newton now to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side.
And I got you.
2nd and 10. Newton again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And they're going to speed things up here. Newton on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Check 52 to the right. Check 52 to the right. Where? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Back to the air. Newton on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Eyes up, eyes up, eyes up. Let's go. Eyes up.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar. They said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated because, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Kansas City, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Oakland to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.